Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons and Science. We are the RPGeeks. No,
Sorry, I was delayed.
Simon.
I got a ping to this conversation right now.
We are the RPGeeks. We like playing D&D and we like talking about science. Before we jump into adventures in space, let us remember to introduce ourselves.
As we always do.
I would say the lack of introduction isn't the problem. It was the lack of not explaining where I was.
Last D&D
well,
brief
Bates
session
is here,
had
so
flaws.
Bates clearly is here.
There were some mistakes made when Emily wasn't here to supervise us last week. But we're very pleased that she's here now.
I am not the supervisor.
I try, but clearly it doesn't work. Right, my name is Sharmini. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a science communicator, and I'm playing Tenebris, who also uses she, her pronouns, in Dungeons and Dragons and Science. Bates, let's throw to you.
Hello, I'm Emily Bates. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Infinite Skies 6000, who is a druid droid, and Simon.
Hello, I'm Simon. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Uriel, who uses he, they pronouns, who is a dwarf monk. But because we should probably mention actually in the intro, like we've reskinned D&D, so that's why my character art doesn't look like a dwarf monk. Everything is sci-fi.
That's a good thing to mention, isn't it? Yeah.
Should we get like
so
a
many
set
things
intro that we do? We
No.
could
Yeah,
have
we
like a little
probably
thing,
should.
and it'd
No,
be cute.
no.
And it'd
But
be
the
really quick
reskinning is
and
really
snappy.
important.
It
Like
is
the
really
sci-fi-ness
important,
is really
yeah.
important in the
It
reskinning because
is.
people will be like, there are no dragons in this.
That's true.
So-
That's a good point. Okay,
There wasn't a
next
single
time-
dungeon in this entire playthrough.
Let
I
us to the
specifically
editor.
requested a dungeon and a dragon.
All that we're left with is and.
But there was that. I will give them that.
Next time, I will remember to mention that our whole shtick is that we take D&D and set it in a sci-fi universe and use science to explain all of the things in the rules. That is what I will explain next time.
But for
Right
now,
there.
But for now,
But now we need to get the
Chaos.
DM to introduce himself.
oh yeah.
yes, I am the last person on the list of thank you. Yes, I'm a DM. For this, Jesus, this is going badly. I am the DM for this campaign. My name is Ali. I use he, him pronouns.
I
And that's it. Roll the intro.
He finishes all his sentences really abruptly as well.
Does it?
Right, we'll roll the intro and then we'll recap what happened last time.
So, where were we? Well, I'll tell you where we were. Our three heroes had been hired to investigate a smuggling operation at the foothills of the Mukinshi Mountains. They had made their way to the mine where this smuggling was taking place and encountered some strange goings-on. They'd gone down into the mine in the dead of night and found a hidden passageway. After an encounter with two dangerous individuals who they laid out, one of whom they let escape, they continued down into the bowels of the earth and came across a river, which they forded with reasonable success into a cave of stalactites and stalagmites and a lot of creepy crawlies. And at last, they found themselves on the edge of a subterranean ravine. Blackness beneath them, clinging to the sides, they moved along the cliff edge and eventually found a campsite. One glowing green orb illuminating it. In the campsite, a ring of tents. They investigated the tents, nothing in most of them except for the largest one, where they found a bed, a pile of old books, old paper books, unusually, and a safe in the corner. Looking through the books, Infinity discovered a set of dates. They tried those dates on the safe, and hey presto, it opened and poof, knockout. Tenebris was knocked out by knockout gas, is what I will say there. And that is where we find our party. At the moment that Tenebris hits the floor.
I'm running in immediately and like shaking her and trying to see if she's alive, if she's injured, what's going on.
And the safe was contained gems, was that correct?
Yeah,
that was the only thing that we can see.
Priorities.
I'm just making sure that I was looking for my notes and I just had that down. I wanted to make sure that I didn't make that up somehow.
No. So you can see, Uriel, that the chest does indeed contain sort of glinting rocks, which look like gems to you from this distance. Infinity, you run over to Tenebris. She's breathing. She doesn't look as though she's been hurt. She just looks as though she's in a very deep sleep.
Just like gently like tap her on the face. Tenebris, are you okay? Tenebris, wake up, please.
Nothing.
Can I investigate while she's doing that? Can I have a closer look at what's in the safe?
You can absolutely go and have a closer look. You see, he said, getting his dice out, which I'd forgotten to do.
Wait, dice are involved in what?
Dungeons and Dragons and dice. What?
Wait a
No one
second.
said this to
There
me.
is an
Hold up.
objective thing that is in that safe.
You can see a pile of rough cut rubies and emeralds, and you reach in. There's nothing happens to you when you reach into the safe. You pick one up, hold it in your hand. It's heavy, high carat, and that's it.
Okay, so it's definitely not the same material that the artifact was made of.
No, it's definitely not. These look like
Just boring
precious
old
stones.
valuable gems.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I make a medicine check to try and work out if she needs healing or whether it's just like a very deep sleep and actually healing wouldn't be useful?
Absolutely.
I didn't. You know how I was talking earlier about how rolling 10 is the worst thing you can roll? I rolled a 10, so that's 14.
14. Oh, wow. +4.
Yeah, bloody hell.
Well,
Thank you. She's a wise one.
with a 14, you can see that she's not in pain. Being asleep doesn't, you can be in pain and be asleep. She's not in any pain. She is completely knocked out. But you do see that this is the kind of thing which will pass sooner than, say, a long sleep, for example. This is the sort of thing which might pass within an hour, say.
Okay. Oh, she's having a short rest. Okay. I don't like it though.
Well, I mean, this is not in any pain.
Can I slap her?
Absolutely.
Oh, wasn't
Roll
it
to hit.
pain?
Let's slap our
Well,
squishy spell
I'm just
card.
thinking. Okay,
You-
I have to roll to hit. Is it advantaged? Because it's advantage, right? Because
No, you don't have to roll to hit. But are you
Okay.
trying to damage her?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn it. I don't have the hit points to
Well,
You
like,
don't have to.
Infinity isn't trying to damage her, but in game mechanics, she's trying to like do something that would wake her up more than
Just
just
roll.
a gentle, like,
Yeah, roll a d4, and then halve it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I rolled a 1. Half.
And what's your strength?
Oh,
What's your strength
jeez.
modifier?
+1.
So that's 2, isn't it?
Well, no, unarmed. Well, my damage, naturally would be a 2 anyway. Would be my unarmed strike, so yeah. 2.
So, Tenebris, you take 2 points of damage
And wake up.
and remains completely out of it.
Fuck. Oh, I'm sorry.
What did you do that for?
You did it earlier. No, I thought it might wake her up.
Okay, well, at least you can't smell. Hang on, I had in my notes as well. It smells awful. You said.
It smells of BO, like a lot of BO.
Oh,
like,
it's that kind of smells awful. It's student house
like-
awful.
Yeah, but some dudes have been down here.
Just guys being
and-
dudes. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can't smell this.
Yeah. What's in the safe? She doesn't. I don't think she's in danger. She might wake up, and she's just having a nap.
It's a bunch of just gems, really. It's nothing interesting. I mean, we may as well take them, but
I think Tenebris would want the gems. She seems to be interested in money a lot of the time.
well, I mean, I also have a use for money. I feel like maybe we could distribute them out amongst everybody.
Oh, I don't need them.
Well, in that case, then I'll take the 70% being the finder, and then Tenebris can take 30%. Do you object, Tenebris?
Yeah, I don't think you can ask her that when she's unconscious.
She didn't object, so I'll take 70%. She can take 30%.
I will. Well, maybe we should split it equally. Because now I feel like maybe I should have 33, and you should have 33, and she should have 33.
I'm just going to look and be like, yes, that's a great idea. But yeah, really like that idea. Yeah.
Great. I will take my
Fantastic.
33% and make a mental note to give it to Tenebris after. Okay. Is there anything else around? Like, can I look at the vial that fell and whatever had the liquid in?
Make an investigation check. What are you looking for exactly?
I'm looking for that vial.
Oh, you're just looking
The
for
thing
it.
is trying to like
Oh no,
work
so
out.
you can see where it is. You don't need to make an investigation check for that, right? It was attached. One part of it was attached to the top of the safe. The other part of it was attached to the door. So when you pulled it open, it shattered the vial,
Got you.
releasing this gas. So you can see that there's 2 bits of broken glass.
It looks like it was very clearly a trap to stop people opening the safe.
Yes, I would say that looked like a trap.
And there's nothing left in it. Is another thing I would like to know.
No, it seems empty.
Can I look around for anything like the vial? Like if there's other versions of it anywhere, or any potion-y?
Sure, make an investigation check. So you're searching the room. Toss the room.
Rolled 2, so that's 6.
Yeah, I mean it looks pretty sparse, and you upend the pillow, you sort of just try and get your head underneath the bed. You're not really seeing much. It's pretty dusty and grimy anyway, so you wouldn't be able to make much out.
Okay.
It seems like a lot of effort for basically just a quarry. That's 2 traps that we've come across now. What are they trying to hide?
I don't know, but they've knocked out Tenebris, and
Well,
should we make her comfy? Is there like a bed I can put Tenebris in while she has her nap?
There is a bed, yeah.
Put her in the bed.
can you change your shape to be a bed?
I'm not doing that. I'm not using my wild shape to be a bed.
Would you become a bed, like, just with googly eyes?
No.
Like, in order to tell you apart from a genuine bed? Anything that...
Not doing it.
Anything that Infinity becomes has to have googly eyes.
No. You can't wild shape into objects either. They have to be beings.
Okay, sorry.
Tenebris, while this is happening, you are completely blank. It's not like a sleep, there's no dreams, you're just out.
Can I have a look around, sort of leave the tent? Can I look at... So as I understand it, there was a ledge we were going along. There was the quarry kind of bit that was illuminated. Can I have a look and see what is kind of further along that ledge, if we were to keep going in our original direction?
So the ledge itself tapers away as you keep going in that direction. You can see it's not going much further. But what you can say is that as you go into the cliff face, as it were, so if the place where the campsite is bored out of the rock, if you go into the darkness, into the cliff face, you can see that there's a tunnel leading into the cliff. And do you have dark vision?
I do. I think we all do, actually.
I have dark vision. Yeah, I think we all do. We made a dark vision. Wait, you're a dwarf. Do they have dark vision?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
It makes sense.
Bionic eyes.
Baby, you can, because at this point the light of the globe it's very weak, so it's not really illuminating the walls, but with your improved eyes, substitute, replacement, you can see thick veins of grey ore snaking down that tunnel.
Just like we
Thicker
saw in
than
the
you've
last
seen.
cavern.
Yeah, but thicker. Almost like arterial veins.
Okay.
Harmony giggled then. I'm just going to put it out there. That was you.
The veins.
Okay, you're talking.
What?
Okay, fine. Okay, fine.
What?
I thought,
What was
for once,
A
I thought
veins
Sharmony
funny.
was being dirty, and she wasn't.
Oh,
and
thick. You said
and,
thick.
and veins. There was
Thick and
there was a whole
Yes.
thing going on, and I didn't.
Don't worry,
I
I'm on
didn't
it.
laugh.
Oh yeah.
And then now I did it.
Would you
again
like a ladder
Yeah,
to get
I
out of
found
this
it
pit? Veins?
Please, can I have your belt?
No! The belt stays on for one session.
Yeah, we'll see.
Also, how can they be arterial veins?
Oh god. Yeah, well, it's
I'm not the
because they're
biologist
normally
here.
veins, but the blood flow has been reversed, and the definition of an artery is something that takes blood away from the heart. That's all. So there you go. Maybe we could retcon that. I've not retconned anything yet, but I would retcon that.
Of all of the things.
Yeah.
Oh no, my pulmonary system knowledge. Right, guys, can we take a?
Yeah. Let's call them arterial vessels. How about that?
Okay. And what they do
Wait,
is they carry the
I didn't
party away
listen,
from the
but-
plot.
Or to it. Really not sure.
Yeah, that's when they're veins. If they carry the party to the plot, they're veins.
Well,
Yeah.
veins would be going to the heart to go.
Is the heart
no,
the
to the
plot?
lungs.
Yeah,
To
the
the
heart.
lungs.
Yeah.
To the lungs. To the
The
lungs. Not
heart
to the
of the
heart.
story.
Because
No,
wait, isn't
veins
it?
go
No,
to
it's
the
all to do
heart.
with whether they're.
Oh yeah, no, it could be because it could be the
Oxygenated.
pulmonary. If it were the pulmonary
Oh,
arteries, then they would be going.
yes.
They could be,
So it's all about
Yeah.
going to the lungs. It's all about getting to the
Good
lungs.
point.
No,
Once it's a
no.
vein, it's dropped off its oxygen. It doesn't have oxygen, so it's in an artery, I believe, going from the heart to the lungs. I think. I might be wrong.
I think we're gonna have
Oh,
to come
no.
back with this one. I feel like we're trying to
Google it.
delay the inevitable here.
TPK.
Tenebris waking up.
Tenebris, you are laid out, completely blank, completely wiped. Uriel, you're looking around the tunnel. You see this tunnel moving into the face of the rock. Infinity, you've scanned the tent. You see nothing.
Staying with Tenebris.
Okay, so. Are you going to do anything else? I think for the sake of time, we'll say that Tenebris, you wake up in about an hour. We'll say that
I would
you
like
two,
to have a quick chat with Uriel if he comes back in the tent.
Yeah, I'll come
Right,
wandering
so-
back.
assuming that you're not going to all try and do something crazy. Well, let's say that this is a short rest for you two and for you,
Does
Tenebris, as
anything.
well.
Ooh, so it does count as a short rest, as in I can
This
roll hit
counts
dice
as a
even
short
though
rest.
I didn't mean to take it.
It does
As you
nothing.
wait for
Sorry.
Tenebris to wake up.
Nothing.
Wake up.
An unintended short rest is a great way of describing being knocked out.
Yeah.
I just took an
But-
unintended short rest back there.
Unintended short rest, yeah.
Oh, sorry about that. But before Tenebris wakes up, you wanted to talk to Uriel?
Yeah.
Infinity?
Uriel, do you not like Tenebris?
Well, it's not that I don't like Tenebris, it's just more that I have an aversion to organics.
Why?
They remind me of the me that I'm trying to leave behind. I'm much more interested in the mechanical, such as yourself. That's why you're everything I wanna be, really.
I would give anything to be like you and Tenebris.
Well, I can't say I understand it, but it's an interesting data point to learn from you.
Yes, yes, a data point, I guess. Yeah.
And with that, Tenebris, you slowly come back to consciousness. Have you rolled any hit dice? Your choice?
I'm about to.
Because did you take damage in the previous encounter as well?
Yeah.
I
did.
healed you once, but I don't.
I'm just gonna roll. Yeah. Oh yes! Maxed out my hit dice.
Let's
Amazing.
go.
I have just realised for the
That's
people who are watching the video version of this, our stat blocks actually need to be updated since we leveled up. So
Just AC. The HP does. Yeah.
The
that's
HP
true.
does, because we haven't.
Yeah.
Is it level 3 that you
on the-
increase
on the
abilities?
Siemens.
Level 4.
Level 4. So, what is your max HP, just for viewer reference, Sharmini?
13.
13.
I'm now back up to full. Thank goodness. I'm so tough.
Okay, cracking.
All right.
Are you okay, Tenebris?
Why am I napping?
Oh, the safe opened and this stuff fell out and you went unconscious. I'm sorry, I slapped you. I'm so sorry. I thought it would wake you up, so I slapped you.
It feels fine.
Okay.
Thank you for trying.
Whilst you were on the floor, we decided to share out the gems that were in the safe, by the way. So, if you want your share, then
Cool.
there's a third.
Gems. Are they ours?
They are now.
Oh, that's a very good point, actually, Uriel. We just stolen these.
There's nobody else around here.
Yeah, but they might be coming back.
They also tried to kill us with a rock slide, so
We don't know if it was them. Oh, the rock thing. Well, that probably was.
I think it probably
I
was.
think it's probably from the bad people. I think we're probably okay.
If somebody
maybe-
tries to kill you with a rock slide, rule of thumb, they're probably not a good person.
Maybe the gems. Maybe they're so bad that they stole the gems from someone else.
Right, so
we
we'd
should
be
give
doing
them
a good
back.
thing. Yes.
We will take them and return them to rightful owners.
Great. That sounds great.
All right. I feel better.
Good.
Oh,
You had a nap. Naps can be very useful.
I like naps. I like underground. I like warm, and I like naps.
I can't have a nap, really.
Oh,
I really struggle. I can't switch off during the day. Kind of an all or nothing kind of sleep.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, shall we keep exploring?
I like that to be like 3 beats of awkward silence, and then
Anyway.
yeah, let's go.
what is here? Did we? Why did they leave here? Will they come back here? Why are they gone? If they know we're coming, why
Well,
are
what
they?
if these were the people that we,
What?
attacked?
What
When they
people?
attacked us, the one we let go, and the lady with the big hair.
They are not here, are they? They're out there.
Yes, but maybe they lived here before then.
Oh, maybe it was just them. But there are a lot more tents than 2.
Yes, but it could have been all of them. Maybe they're every.
I don't
You
understand
didn't
why
see
they
anyone
were here.
outside.
Sorry, what was that question?
You didn't see anyone outside.
No, just us. I don't understand why anyone would be here. They've cut this thing out of the rock with what looks like a laser, and there's nothing here. But there was a tunnel.
Also, if they're supposed to be, what are they, stealing the magnetite? Then that is not here. Why did they not? Where
Maybe this
are
is
they
like-
taking it here?
Maybe this is like a base camp. There was a tunnel. Maybe you have to go much further in, and this is just like a staging post.
But they're
Yes.
not just stealing from the mine, from the miners. They're making their own new mine here, digging new tunnels.
Yes.
Maybe taking new
Should we
stone.
find them?
Guess so. We have to. Our job is to find them and find
Stop.
out what they're doing and stop the stealing. So yeah, I guess.
How are they stealing if they're taking it from a different place?
Maybe it's a cover. Maybe they need an excuse to be here, and they accidentally got rumbled about the magnetite.
Maybe they need both.
But we've gone so far away from the main mine.
Can't
It's
say
like-
I understand it.
Okay, well let's go find them.
Yeah. Where do we go from here?
There was a tunnel on the side over there.
Okay. Would you like me to go first again, Uriel?
I don't want you to. I'll go first.
Well, no. Maybe I should go first. Actually, gotta. Just want to try and keep you from harm.
Thanks, Uriel.
Not you. I meant her.
Uriel, okay, you go first. As Uriel walks away, I'm just going to slip all of the gems Uriel gave me into Tenebris's bag.
How much
Oh,
are
it's
those
my
worth,
bag.
by the way? Just for bookkeeping purposes.
You don't know.
Do you have a proficiency in jeweler? Do you have a jeweler's kit or a proficiency in jewelleration?
Good question. I have tinker's tools. I don't have a jeweler's kit.
Yes, they're worth whatever someone will pay for them. So
I will make a note. What do I do?
right, as Uriel makes a very complicated note in his, I don't know what you have, a PDA, like
I run on Notion actually.
Oh no.
The three of you make your way down this tunnel. As you move into the darkness, you can feel the heat rising. A strange underground wind drifting past your cheeks. It's not wet anymore. You don't hear the sound of drips or anything. It's dry under your feet. There's the crunch of broken crystal as you move forward. After about 5 or 10 minutes, so not long, you start to feel something. It's strange. It's a sort of tightness in your stomach, and you feel the sort of sickness as well, and the kind of acid reflux that you get when you feel like you might vomit, but it's not strong. It's a sort of low background feeling. Then, as you're coming closer, another quake. The earth around you moves. It shudders. You hit the sides of the walls, holding on, and it passes again. But now, it's felt stronger and stronger. This is the strongest one that you've felt so far. And when it happened, you could feel almost a wave of hot air over you. You continue to walk until you see light coming through the tunnel.
Now, does anybody want to turn around at this point? I feel like turning around is an option.
I don't think we can go back. Wasn't there that rock slide?
Oh. Yeah, okay. Onto the sickness-inducing cavern.
We
Right.
should probably be quite quiet now.
Everybody roll stealth check, I imagine.
I'm so good at stealth. Rolled another 10.
Watch this.
It's a 13.
Nat 20!
Oh, Uriel. Okay.
Even I don't know.
Upside down. I rolled a 10 too, so 13.
Same.
So 13, nat 20, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
So stealthy. I'm stealthy for 3.
Okay. You continue on. The light grows and grows. It's bright, much brighter than this globe that you've seen before. As you reach a corner in the tunnel, you turn round, and there you feel a hot rush of air on your cheeks, as though you've opened the door to a furnace. Your eyes take a second as you walk out, and they adjust to a huge space opening out before you. A vast cavern. You look up, the ceiling is shelving away from you out of sight into darkness. Your eyes struggle to take in what's in front of you, rising vertiginously out of sight, stretching the whole width of this cavern. A wall, immense, shimmering. Its surface is covered in twining crystals. Light shines through them, broken and refracted into 1,000 glittering colours. Thick arteries of grey metallic minerals stretch from the wall into the rocks surrounding it. Towers of twisting crystals rise from the ground around you. As you stand there, trying to take this in, you feel the hairs on your arms rising. You feel a vibration, as though some huge organ were playing the resonant frequency of the air itself. Your tongue tastes salt. You watch as the light seems to swell for a second. And then again, you feel the earth beneath you vibrate and shake. Your feet slip and slide on the shattered pieces of glassy rock beneath you. Crystal shards tumble from the ceiling. In the distance, maybe 100 meters, 150 meters away, you see two scaffolds dwarfed by this huge wall, built up against the wall itself. You just about make out two figures on top. And between them, one small person.
Eyebrows. Oh my god. Ali, I'm fangirling over you so hard right now. My god, that was so good. Oh.
I currently have that mix of horror and awe that I imagine
Yeah.
will take place when we have an Alien First Contact event.
Yeah. Oh.
Emily Bates, did you just gasp eyebrows?
The
In a meaningful
little
way.
one with the eyebrows. The one that ran away from us. The small figure, I'm assuming, is that little old lady who had big eyes.
The little old lady, okay.
From like 3 sessions ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
She was specifically small, was she? Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Which was a gnome. Or but gnome-like in stature.
How high are the scaffolds relative to the wall? Were they to the top? Were they partly tiny way up? Like
They're just a tiny way up. I mean, this wall is absolutely massive. You can't see how high it goes, but they've only built maybe 20, 30 feet up.
oh wow.
From the looks of things.
And, sorry, you said it was 150 feet or meters away from us?
150 meters away.
Conversion.
I'm assuming that if this light is enough to blind Uriel and Infinity, that it definitely counts as like sunlight, direct sunlight for.
Well, no. So, because you've been walking through darkness, you become accustomed to the blackness, the pitch blackness of the cave. Walking out into this has momentarily blinded you, but the light isn't the raw power of the sun. It's modulated into all of these flickering colours through the crystals that seem to grow out of this wall.
Awesome.
Do we feel? We've just stepped out into this like giant cavern in the middle of it.
You are right. You're just outside the entry tunnel. Yeah. But you are standing, so you are hidden somewhat because of those stealth rolls. So you feel like, you're not in plain sight, as it were. But, I mean, this whole place is quite brightly lit, so...
Is the
You might
approach
still
to the
be-
wall, like, is it just like a slope that gradually works down to it? Is there like a ledge?
Yeah, that's right. So, what you're seeing in front of you is this very shallow slope going down towards this wall, and at the very end of the wall you have these two little structures, scaffolds up against the wall. These crystals like trees are growing up out of the ground itself, but also from the face of the wall, and you can't see the ceiling, that's in darkness, but when the earth shook after that wave of energy, crystal shards fell from the ceiling, so you might assume that this same crystal growth is everywhere.
What does it sound like? Is it emanating a sound, or is it quiet?
It is, but it's a sound. It's infra sound, right? We talked about it. You can feel vibration in your chest, and you know that there is noise, but it's no pitch, no tone that you recognize, but you know it's sound. And it seems to fill this entire cavern.
What did the boy say about the wall?
Well, huge. Something bigger than his mind could comprehend. And he told us how to get there. He called it the Wall of Power.
You said that Rornak and the gang can deal with the effects.
Can we deal with the effects?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's very pretty.
It's very
Maybe that's what the
pretty.
effect is.
It's really pretty.
Maybe we shouldn't look at it.
Maybe we should touch it.
Tenebris, I don't think we should touch it.
I feel like we need more data before we're going to jump to any conclusions.
Maybe we just wait here for a bit and see what they do.
They're far away. I can't see. Okay, we'll watch them.
Every time I hear Ali roll a dice, I might tense up just a little bit.
You're
we
watching.
see what they're doing. Yeah.
From this distance, roll one person roll a perception check with advantage. I assume all of you are trying to make this out.
I'll do it.
Oh, I was
Really
fully
lucky.
prepared to let you do it. Don't worry.
With advantage. With advantage.
Yeah. I rolled a natural 1, and I rolled a 9, which is a 15.
Wow.
But you have
With a
plus
15.
6.
+4, +2 proficiency.
Oh, okay.
You're looking through this forest of trees. The reflections of the crystals, these structures, and the refractions of the light actually make it difficult to work out exactly what's going on. The repeating shapes, they sort of mirror and multiply through this crystal forest. But squinting, you can make out that the two figures on the scaffolds are next to the wall itself. So they are touching the wall, it looks like. The one person on the ground, it looks like they're sat down. This is from 150 meters away. So.
Sure. Can I check? So the two figures, they're on one on each scaffold, not two on one scaffold.
Yeah,
so it's
one
like
on each scaffold.
one on each scaffold, and then the person in between on the ground.
Oh,
That's right.
okay.
Oh, this is like a ritual. Okay.
Infinity?
Mm-hmm.
You have all the very pretty lights and pretty patterns. Can you make it look like pretty shiny crystal and hide?
Well, yes, technically I can, because technically I'm a wood elf, which is, hang on, I've got it somewhere.
How does that help?
Become a
They
crystal tree.
have a really cool thing that I can't find on my, I can basically hide, Mask of the Wild, so you can attempt to hide even when you're only lightly obscured, and the idea is that they can kind of blend into shadows and things like that, and we're kind of
That's
reskinning
the
it.
opposite. I love
I
it.
can like change my screens to kind
Yeah.
of like blend into a surrounding.
Oh, that's so cool. I love it. I didn't realize that screens
That's
thing was
Pretty
from...
much the main reason I took Wood Elf and
That's
reskinned Wood Elf was because
amazing.
of that.
Right.
That's really cool. I really like that.
Okay, so the mechanic is that you get advantage on stealth checks. What was it?
I can hide even if there's like
Right.
normally to hide you have to have something to hide behind, but I can be lightly obscured, so I can be like in shadow and be like
I see.
I can try, whereas no one else can.
Can I look around the room? Is there anything else? Because obviously we're so looking at the wall. Is there anything else like looking around on our side of the cavern that looks unusual? That looks like it isn't just a normal cavern?
I mean, yeah. Roll a perception check just to see how much you can make out. There is nothing usual about this place.
That's a 14.
Okay, with a 14. So you're standing next to the wall that you came in on. You reach out your hand to run it across the wall, and the wall itself isn't hard. It's just ever so slightly slimy. And there appears to be some sort of coating growing over the crystal itself. And you can see patches of that across different parts of the crystals, spread throughout as far as you can see. You also see ferns.
Crystal ferns?
You see plants. Leaves growing down here.
Dimples.
You see old plant life. Like, roll a nature check for me.
Me specifically?
Yeah, you.
Ah!
Infinity loves ferns.
That's
They're
a
like
5.
my favourite plant.
Yeah,
Great.
they're plants,
They're
man.
plants.
And you can see them growing between the crystal rock. And so that was a 14 on your perception, was it?
Yeah.
You do see a little bit more. You see shadows falling on the roof on the other side of the wall. So if the light's coming from the wall, there are shadows being cast on the opposing wall, and the shadows are moving.
As in on the far wall away from us.
No. That far wall away from you is the wall.
Right.
The wall which you're standing just in front of is the far wall from the wall. That's what I'm
Yeah, okay, right.
Yeah.
Do those shadows look like the shadows of the people we can see, or like other shadows?
No, they're moving
Oh, I see.
all up the wall. So they're moving up around, just across
Oh,
these shadows
that's
flitting across the walls.
weird. I love it. Okay.
Can I take out the artifact? And just like, does that feel different in this room? Is it doing anything unusual?
Good question.
Really good question.
As you... Actually, I should have asked this. Where have you been storing the artifact?
Oh god.
I mean, my robe has pockets.
Of course, yeah.
Because I'm
It has pockets.
yeah, thanks. It has pockets. Yeah, so just in one of the pockets in the robe.
Which hand are you reaching in to get it with?
My right hand.
That's your metal hand.
That's your metal hand, right?
established that.
Hang on, let me double check my own artwork.
Question.
It is your right hand.
Yes,
from
it is
what
my
was
right
in the
hand.
show
It's
before,
metal.
Yeah.
You reach in and you take it out, and your sensors are telling you that this thing is white hot. But it doesn't appear any different.
I was really concerned that it was going to try to like return to the wall. but like the result would be like the pocket just like tugs the whole robe up at the front.
Had enough of Uriel's
As long as the
robe.
belt,
Just kidding.
as long as the belt
Yeah.
stays on.
Nervously looking down at the belt. Don't fail me now.
Uriel, you okay?
The artifact we got, it's really hot.
Maybe you shouldn't be touching it then.
Oh, it's fine. It's metal hand. I can't actually feel it.
Oh, okay.
You do notice that although you're holding it with your hand and your senses are telling you one thing, your flesh, which you would assume that if you were holding a white hot piece of metal, you would at least be able to feel the heat coming off it. You're not feeling that heat.
Oh.
I try and feel the heat.
Yeah, it doesn't feel hot to you. It's
Gonna
warm.
gonna touch it really quickly.
It's warm.
It does feel warm. Like
My sensors must need recalibration because they're telling me that this thing is incredibly hot.
Oh, I'll put my hand on it.
your
You,
senses.
yes, Infinity, you do sense the same heat, that white hot radiation, but again, there's no damage. You're not sensing any damage, any change.
No, I don't think your senses are broken, Uriel. That's what I'm getting too. But it's not. It's not doing anything.
Okay, can I? And this is we've not done this yet.
Chat of
no.
No,
opportunity.
not a chat of opportunity. Can I? This is sort of bending, I suppose, how the eyes are working, or it could be Infinity does it. Can I sweep through different frequencies to see if it's emitting at, say, higher frequencies like UV specifically?
I will help if we're going to allow either of us to do it.
I want to do a spectrum sweep, Mr. Data.
I mean, okay, we'll call that an investigation check. But because you're not specifically, you haven't modified yourself to do this thing specifically, right? Which you could do. I'm going to put it at disadvantage.
Okay.
And then if I help, can he have it as a straight roll?
Yes.
We've got 2 sets of sensors on opposite sides. Okay, so that's just a straight perception check. That one.
Oh no!
It is not clear to you. There is a lot going on, and there's a lot of radiation coming from everywhere. You picking up on this thing is not. As you are doing this, all of you 3 clustered around the artifact, you hear a voice roll out to you over the cave.
Run away!
Are you quite finished there? Will you no come for a wee chat?
Are we going for a wee chat?
Do we like a wee chat? Oh no.
I don't think we have much of a choice now, really.
Yes, we'll come to chat about wee.
No, Uriel, I don't think that's what he meant.
He said he wanted a wee chat.
No, I don't.
Excellent. Please come closer.
This has
We see
definitely
which
got.
figure it is.
This has got vibes of a game show.
Come on
down!
I'm gonna end well. It's one of those game shows.
Okay.
Do we know if it's the left or right hand figure? Another,
Yeah.
presumably facing us.
Good question.
It's the one on the right, on your right.
I think we should go, but let's go very slowly, say in increments of 50 feet until we reach certain ranges.
You head forward over this strange terrain. You feel shoots and grass pushing up from the ground around you. At some points you're actually stepping through leaves and even through mulch where leaves have bedded down, the beginnings of soil. You move through and you look from side to side. Your vision is bent and twisted by the crystals and the colours coming through. Sometimes you look in and you see a reflection of yourself, but warped, strangely coloured. Sometimes turquoise and indigo subsumes you. You move on. The shadows flit over you and over the landscape. As you move, you hear.
Not again?
And you do see the movement of those same centipedes, but moving slowly. As you come closer, these towers start to come clearer. They are simple scaffolding, raised up to a certain point. Both are at the same height, and both have one ladder on each side. Come closer, 50 meters away now. The people start to become a little bit clearer. On the right-hand side, you see a short, stocky individual. He stood on the top of the tower looking out at you, his hands in his pockets of what looks to be quite a chic a long black leather waistcoat.
Ooh, long? How long?
What shape is his head?
Like down to the floor long? Like a coat and tails waistcoat?
Well, it's almost down to the feet, yeah. It's a sort of Neo Matrix situation.
Ooh, but a waistcoat, no sleeves.
His hair falls behind him in thick black dreadlocks, and his beard is neatly sculpted around his face. He's got a sort of half wry smile as you come closer. He taps one stylish boot. You just make out, coming out above his head, the muzzle of a thin black rifle. On the other side, the other figure hasn't moved closer to you at all. They seem to have stayed next to the wall. And it's actually quite difficult to make her out because obviously the closer you get to this platform, the harder it is to see because she's so short that you almost can't see over the lip of the platform. But what you do see is it's a woman, and she has an outsized, smooth, bulbous head
This is the one that's on the ground, not on the platform.
No, this is on the other platforms.
The other
side of the platform. Yeah. This is why you can't. It's difficult to see her because the lip of the platform is starting to obscure your vision, and she's so short, and she's standing right on the other side next to the wall. Yeah. That's all you can see. This bulbous head, lank hair, very short, and she's facing the wall away from you.
Does she look like Ballsack Boy?
She has a similar. She's a similar sort of shape. Yeah.
And what about the...
The third you recognise from her prosthetic arm extending from her shoulder joint. This is the woman that you met with the large eyebrows. She looks, well, she's sat on the ground, her knees hugged up to her chest with her one good arm, just looking down at the floor. And you can see that she's tapping her foot nervously.
Is there anything on top of the two towers? Is it just the people stood there, or is there any kind of equipment?
It's just the two people stood there as far as you can tell. As you get to within about 40 feet... That's far enough! Hold your ground, hold your ground. Now, I don't mind seeing... I quite fancy an audience for this. Tell me about yourselves. Who are you? Are you the ones that dealt with Gronk? That surprises me greatly. She was a fierce woman. So, who are yous? The Gronk Slayers.
Hello, I'm Infinite Skies 6000, serial number 869199726, PMGB. Oh, they're not stopping me. 1530ML.
And
he lets out a throaty chuckle. Oh, quite a character you are.
Oh.
I'm just called Uriel.
Hello?
Uriel, welcome, Metal Man. Glad to have you.
He's not all metal.
Unfortunately.
My name is Tenebris. Hello. Nice to meet
Tenebris. And he squints at you. I've seen your kind before.
you. Here?
He spits over the edge of the tower.
Oh.
Well, tell me, before we start, have you any idea what you've stumbled into?
No. However, we are here to stop theft. So we have come to tell you, please, if you are stealing anything like rocks or from the mine, I'm afraid you're going to have to stop right now.
Please don't do it anymore, thank you.
But if you see any fossils, could you tell us? Because we're here looking for fossils.
I don't think we need to lie to them.
That's the
Muriel.
cover story, Muriel. That
Oh.
was... That's this. It's okay. It's
Oh,
all good.
my sweet summer children. It's so very, very cute. Well, if you're to stop me, what is it that you'd stop me from doing exactly?
Stealing.
Stealing the...
Smuggling.
have you... Oh, yes, smuggling and stealing of rocks.
The smuggling and stealing of rocks, eh? I suppose someone owns those rocks. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. I promised. No more smuggling. No more stealing. We found something much, much better here.
Oh, well, if you're going to stop doing that, then I think we've
We've made
done
our
job.
objectives there, actually.
Could you write it
Are you
down
Raunak?
for us?
I am Ronak.
Oh, hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely to meet you.
At
It was
this
much
point,
easier than I thought, actually, to get him to stop.
This was good.
You hear,
We've done good.
a sharp whistle from the other side. I can't do that. I wish I could do that. One of those ones, but
I used to be able to.
Thank you. One of those. From across the other side of the tower. And you see a head jerk from the tiny woman. I'm afraid that's the signal. Watch on, my friends. If you survive. And you hear from behind you. And out from...
Oh, it's the fucking zombie guy!
One of those crystal trees jumps Darax.
Darax Proletov, you
Wait, which
son of
one's
a
Darax?
bitch!
The first one. The guy we
We non-lethal
Oh
him.
no, him.
the guy we left back at the camp.
The one we didn't kill.
I can
Yeah.
hear.
Good of us.
DnDebrief.
I can hear Cass's
Damn it.
tweets just going consequences.
Consequences.
So that's going to be a surprise round on...
Are you sure this isn't a game show? Come on down. Tell us about yourselves. We're going to start off with a surprise round.
That's going to be a surprise round on the person who punched him in the balls to death, I think.
Fair, it's fair.
Not to death.
Punched in the balls to death is
You're
fair.
unconscious.
Unconscious.
All I did was take a forced short rest.
Oh, jeez.
That's a 15 plus 5. That's a 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
He didn't hit us before.
And... Yeesh.
Oh no.
He is wielding a vast hammer, a rock smasher, where once he had an axe jammed into his hand, now his arm has been elongated and extended with this colossal cuboid hammer. And as he brings it down on you, Uriel, you hear from the backside of the hammer a series of charges go off, and it accelerates the hammer into
That's
your
cool,
but
But bad.
Oh,
That's
oh
cool.
no. Oh, no.
So that was a hit, and he will now roll damage. I'm so very, very sorry.
I need to work out how many hit points I have. I hope this is out of date on
You had-
my character sheet.
Yeah. You rolled the other day.
Yeah, I did, but I don't know if it updated on the
You
character
should
sheet.
be like, I think you were like 18 or something.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
Yeah.
I rolled a 17 plus 3. That's a 20.
Oh, yeah. I had 18 hit points, so I am down.
Oh.
Right.
Fuck.
I need you all to roll initiative.
Well, I don't, do I?
Yes, you do.
Oh, I
Good.
do.
Roll.
Roll
Yes,
initiative.
yay.
You're not dead.
Yet.
Okay.
Okay. That's great.
Initiative.
This was not how I
It's
expected.
not. Oh no.
Start.
Uh,
Oh man. Oh man.
I got 14.
10. The worst thing to roll.
No, you need to be after me now. This is good.
4.
14. Hang on. Uriel 10. Tenebris 4. Okie dokie.
Uriel's the tank.
Actually,
No,
no.
I'm-
Gone
I'm
down.
Infinity is now the tank.
Oh really?
I'm-
Oh great.
I am.
Well done.
I was the tank anyway. I'm got more hit points.
Good.
We don't have a
I
healing
have a
potion
set
anymore, do we?
thing.
We used that up, right?
No, but I can bring you back. But that's all I got.
You're pretty lucky. These rolls are no great for initiative.
Good.
Okie dokie. So, let me just sort myself out here. If you just.
How many rounds do you think you can survive, Simon, before I bring you back? It's not worth it, is it? He's after me now. I should use pretty much.
I have no idea.
Okay, I don't want to.
You're welcome for me tanking that attack.
Yeah.
Tanked right into the ground.
If that'd be me, I would have gone down, and I'm our healer.
Yeah.
Right.
This is really bad.
I'm just our Casio 88 calculator.
Hey, sorcerer, guess what? Time to use your bloody spells.
Oh god.
Also, Simon, key points. I hope you learn how to use them.
Yes, I know which ones are my key points. I think it's Dex and Strength.
No. You know that.
Right, okay.
Stop it. Don't make me
So-
nervous that I have.
First up, with 14, is Infinity.
Phenomenal. I'm going straight over to Uriel and I'm casting Cure Wounds.
Right.
damage. Oh, yeah, and I rolled a 7, so you get 11 hit points back. And then I'm bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh on my arm. And that's all I got.
Great.
I will stand over Uriel while I do it.
So bonus action Shillelagh. Yeah, so you're standing over Uriel.
Mhm.
Right. Just give me 1 second here. I made a special combat mix for this. And it's not playing.
Yay.
Doom music immediately starts playing.
No.
Excellent. Right. So, next up in the initiative is Uriel. Well, actually, Uriel, what's your dex?
My dex, modifier or value?
What's your modifier? Well, it doesn't matter really, but yeah,
+3 modifier.
it might matter. And
Better dex.
is
Monk. He's a monk.
yeah. So
That's
you
not accounting for proficiency, though.
No, that's still.
no, that's fine. So you go now.
Okay. So presumably I'm still on the floor.
You have been. The hammer came down on your back and crushed you to the floor, almost putting a dent within the floor itself. But when Infinity reached down and placed the healing nanobots into your system, you felt yourself rise, and you could push almost like whoop back up onto one knee at least to turn and face your assailant. So yeah, you're on one knee but ready, crouched to spring.
Is it? I think this is the first time we've encountered this as a problem. Do we know who is in this combat? As far as I know at the moment, it's just that guy, but is anybody else involved in this combat?
Potentially, but we don't know.
Oh, we don't know. Okay.
Yeah, we don't know. This guy's the problem, I would say.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess I just go for the old 1-2 punch of monk weapon and then unarmed strike.
Okay, but you have a bonus action which you can do things with.
So can I do
Okay.
the key point as a bonus action,
I believe that's what you do. I believe you use a key point to use flurry of blows.
which is
Which
2
means
unarmed
you
strike?
get
Yeah,
two
so
extra
you,
rather than
you
just-
can attack and then say bonus action
Right,
flurry
so
of
yeah,
blows. That would, if you're going to do that.
So yeah, I'll do that. So I'll attack first. So this is
All right, roll to hit. So you put yourself up, ready, set.
it's an 11 to hit.
That is not going to do it.
Okay, so I guess flurry of blows. So this is I had to pass the key DC, which is 11.
Hold up, no. So for
No, that's
flurry
the
of
save.
blows-
That's the save for them. That's nothing to do with it. Don't worry.
Oh,
But
okay.
but
You can
they
just
don't need to
spend
save this.
Yeah.
This is just an extra set of attacks.
Okay, so
It's just the one attack, isn't it?
well, it's 2
You get
unarmed
2
strikes.
with
Because you get a bonus. So your bonus action is bang. Your bonus action is an armor strike, and then you can spend a key point to do another.
Oh, it's not the bonus
flurry of
action.
blows is 2 unarmed strikes. Is basically what they call it.
Sure, as your bonus action. So you're like, right, bonus action,
Yeah.
2 unarmed strikes.
Okay, so to hit with the first one, I get a 15.
That will do it. Rolls damage.
Armed is it 1d4?
It'll be different for you because you're a monk. So.
Oh, sorry. Why is this
Stat.
not on my sheet?
What are you using? Oh, you're using that weird one.
Aurora.
Use D&D Beyond.
Oh no, the new arm is 1d4 plus dex. I think it's 1d6 plus dex. I think it was originally 1d4 plus dex.
Well, that was so.
Yeah,
your
but
arm
this
is your
is
monk
your
weapon.
unarmed.
This is your unarmed strike.
Yeah, so
Hang
You
on.
punched out with your metal
I'll
arm.
Google it.
I think it's 1d4 because the metal arm is 1d6. Plus
Let me
dex.
check
Yeah,
it on the interwebs. Hang on.
Sorry, I don't know why that's not on.
Yeah, it's D4. It's D4. It's D4.
D4,
It's an
just
unarmed
straight or modifier.
Plus something, but just roll your D4.
I think you plus your dex because you're a monk. You
Yeah,
can do
I think that sounds right. Yeah.
Okay, so I get a 3, and then my dex modifier is 3 as well, so 6 points of damage.
You lash out, catch him in the kidneys. He's rock solid. This guy is stacked. But you've done a little bit of damage, so that's 6. And then roll to hit again.
The second one, that's a synthetic 20,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and that is 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage. It's not too shabby. And again, one in the kidneys. and again one in the side, just catching him slightly. He loses a little balance in the leg, faces inwards a bit, tenses himself, set. Picks up his hammer, because now he's going to go again. Raises his hammer, looks at you, Uriel, and one more time he's going to attack. That is an 14. Is that going to do it?
Does not hit.
Yes! The belt.
Metal breastplate, baby!
As he brings the hammer down, you hear as all the charges go off. You roll out of the way and shatters all the crystals around you. You escape. Now, from on top of
Oh, there we go. Damn it.
the
Okay.
platform,
No.
you see with a wolfish smile as Raunak takes his rifle off his shoulder, lifts it to his eye, and aims down at you, Tenebris. He looses a shot. That's... I don't think that's going to do it. That is a 2 + 2. That's a 4.
That's mathematics.
Does not hit.
Mess.
It ricochets off the rock and out into the shadows of the cave. He pulls down his the rifle next to his hammer, starts to reload with a snort of frustration. Now, the other figure on the other side of the rock.
Other side.
She looks over.
Sorry.
Sorry, on the other
The other
side
scaff.
of the on the other scaffold.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
She looks over at Raunak and with a high-pitched scream, "What are you doing? Stick to the task!" At this point, you see her put her hand on the rock, on the wall around it, and the lights start to glow brighter, brighter. As she does that, she pulls her cloak around herself and huddles down beneath it, and you see a flicker of energy pass across it, and she is going to cast Sanctuary on herself.
Ooh. Okay.
Now, as the lights start to glow brighter and brighter, you, Infinity, you start to feel something. It's a vibration in your eardrums. You're starting to hear noises you've not heard before. The sound, the crashing sound of something, the sound of wind across huge distances. You start to hear sand blowing across vast wastes. You can't explain it, but you're hearing these things. And with that, it's now the final one of the bandits, of the smugglers. Spoey Pads is her name. Did we cover that?
The
Did I tell
little
you what her
one.
name was?
Spoey Pads.
Spoey.
She's called Spoey Pads.
No,
Anyway,
I didn't. But I'm writing it down. Adorable.
She stands up, levers herself up, and she looks up at Raunak. Are you... Raunak! I don't know if this is... I don't think we should do this! And that's it, that's her go. Infinity, back to you.
Has Tenebris been?
Oh, sorry, Tenebris,
Please
yes.
may I have go?
I want to see her do a spell.
Infinity would like
Make her
to see
do-
me do a spell. I am going to, as a bonus action, I am talking in Darex's head, but I'm also saying it out loud simultaneously. He's getting it at a kind of like double echo effect. And I'm gonna say, "No, I told you to go. I told you to go. I'm telling people and no one is listening and you're making me hurt people and I didn't even want to. And I'm gonna throw my hands out towards him. And there is a sort of like sparkle in the air, like things have been lit, you know, like glitter catching the light. Tiny points on me and on him, green and glowing. And I'm gonna make a ranged spell attack.
Yes! Get it, Nebrus.
Rolls 15.
15 against his armor class.
Yeah.
Yep, that's gonna do it.
Fuck. Excuse me. That's nice.
Goodness me. How fortunate.
Oh gosh. Gosh. So happy.
Can he make a Constitution saving throw, please?
He certainly can. That'll be an 18, natural 14.
Damn it, okay.
No, sorry, that'll be a 16, natural 14.
Con save is fine, but he takes 9 poison damage.
Right. 9 poison damage. He reels under this shock. He grasps his head, and suddenly he's scratching at his skin, like something is on him. He grabs his head, shakes it, goes for the hammer again. He's starting to look not great. Infinity.
Okay. I think Infinity stands up and sort of, I realised I cast earlier and don't know what I did. And she holds her hand out and you see this streak of light, or what looks like light, just go and like blast him in the chest. Maybe, she says, if she rolls. No. 19 to hit.
That'll hit. What is this?
Guiding bolt. It's
Right.
4d6 and
Fucking hell!
that's 7 plus 9, 16 points of damage.
16 points of damage. This bolt of energy from your hands hits him in the chest. He just paws away at it, and it burns through the thin clothes that he's wearing into his skin. You start smelling the smell of singed, burning flesh. He turns to try and run, and still bores a hole right through him, and you see for a second the crystals behind him until he falls onto the ground dead. That is Darax's last tango, I fear. Uriel.
How structurally sound do the towers look?
From a very brief look, they look like they're pretty well made, like the sort of towers, you know, they're not going to just fall down if you shake them.
Right. Can I don't know if this would count as action or bonus action, I want to take out the artifact and throw it at the base of the tower.
That would be an
That's
action.
Uriel.
Yeah, sure.
That's
And
crap.
I just need to know how... Okay, so you're going to throw it at the base of the tower. Which tower are you going to throw it at?
The closest one.
Which one is that? Because there's the one where...
The one where
standing.
Raunak's on.
Get Raunak.
Get
Yeah.
around it.
He's the one with the gun.
He is one of the gun. He is standing on the edge of the tower, aiming down at Tenebris. You hurl the artifact, this white hot yet not thing that you found.
What?
Rolls.
Yeah, not. Sorry.
Put that on my tombstone.
This is... I'm imagining you whizzing
There's
this
a
like
comma after white.
Imagine you whizzing this like a baseball throw. So roll an athletics check just to see
Yeah.
how strong you can do this.
Don't get me a nat 1. Okay.
Please don't.
Please. Okay. Oh! Athletics, did you say?
And this is at the base of the tower, correct?
At the base of the tower, yeah. That is a 21.
Yes.
21. Roll a d10 for me.
Yeah, can do that. Where are we? Oh, that's off the table. That's a 6.
Okay. So, you hurl the artifact at the base of this tower. It hits. That shockwave that you saw before ripples out, shakes the entire tower. It rattles against the side of the wall. the shockwave hasn't been enough to break it apart, but you can see it's worked loose some of the screws. What it has done, though, is shake the entire structure. So Raunak
Oh god.
to make a dex save,
Good.
which he gets a nat 20 on. So
Oh god.
he loses his balance for a second, almost topples, looks over the edge, and rights himself, and then looks over at you. Interesting! See, you found that little toy! And then... so you've still got your bonus action and your movement, Uriel?
Oh, how far away has this been taking place from the tower?
So you guys are 40 feet from the base of the tower.
Right. Let's
Towers.
play the game where we say, what's my movement? So I've got 25 feet of movement. Down my dwarven stubby legs. So...
Get over there as close as you can.
Yeah, I guess can I move and then take extra movement as bonus actions, like dash?
You got Step of the Wind. I don't know if you still got key points.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes, I have 2 key points.
Well, you've got 1 now.
Oh, sorry, yes, I had 2 key points. I guess then now's as good a time as any. So I'll use the key points to dash.
Where are you headed?
So I want to go underneath the tower, or, get to the base of it. And,
Right, okay, so you're just going to go to the base of the tower.
yeah, I think that is as far as my movement will carry me.
Okay. You could definitely make it there. You make it to the base of the tower. You're stood underneath it by one of the supporting struts. Are you... we'll say that you're next to the artifact which you've thrown.
Okay.
That's... Yeah. At that point, above you, Raunak, you hear him start to laugh. Oh, this is a very merry sport. And bang, he kicks the top of the ladder and it slowly topples off the side of the structure. And then he moves to the wall itself. You see him put his hand on it and the buzzing, roaring noise that's filled this cave the whole time starts to accelerate almost. You can hear it getting deeper and louder, but also higher at the same time. It's like the pitch band frequencies are becoming larger, and the wall itself glows a little bit brighter. Then, on the other side, you see this figure, the small figure, look over at Raunak. At last! We're going to get this done! And she is going to just check something.
That's not eyebrows, that's the short lady.
That's the short, so you've not seen her face, but you've seen she's got a kind of swollen bulbous head and lank hair. And then she's just going to stay like that. So, and at this point, Infinity, the noises that you're hearing, they start to become not just the sound of wind, the sound of beating waves, and what you would imagine beating waves might sound like, but now the sound of hooves. Hooves over a dusty mesa. The sound of something swishing through the water. It's all happening. You're getting these flickering sounds in your mind. Now, Spoey. It says I can't help use her name. I was so happy with that. Spoey Pads. What a ridiculous name. Excellent. I shall call a character who we'll never see again. Oh, brilliant. They're going to be here the entire time. And then Spoey looks left, looks right, looks up at this wall. I can't do this. I can't do this. And she starts to hobble her way towards you guys, towards the exit of the cave. She's going to get up to where you guys are, and that's her movement.
Justice for Spoey. Let's leave her be.
Tenebris.
Tenebris, seeing Infinity take down Darrex, is going to look up at Raunak. Start walking towards him, holding a hand out. He says, I need you to stop. I need you to make it stop. And again, do the same effect again.
What's the range on that?
The sparkle, 60 feet.
Okay, so
move forward 30 feet.
Do you have to be able to see them?
I expect so, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you can just about make it. Yeah, we'll say you can make it. So you're standing about 20 feet away from the base of the tower. Looking up, you can just see his head.
Oh, I don't technically have to see him, weirdly. I was only a 14 to hit, though.
Is that going to do it? That is going to do it. That leather coat not doing a huge amount of work in the old AC department.
Can he make a con save for me, please?
He can make a con save. Club music just kicked in. That is an 11.
Okay, so he takes 10 points of poison damage.
Oof.
And he is poisoned until the end of my next turn, which means he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay. Attack rolls and ability checks. Alright. I'll just put that in. So, Infinity. We've come back to you.
I think with all...
Oh, but before you do that, I should say, when this hits him, this sort of wave of these strange sort of flickering motes of light, again, you see him start to rub his skin as something's sort of going wrong, and then rubbing his forehead, and he winces in pain, and then bangs his head against the wall to try and knock this thing out of his system. Now, Infinity.
I'm so torn on what I want to do, because I know what I want to do.
How many spell slots do you have left? I thought you only had 2 going into this. Oh, okay.
But I have abilities. So I can still... I think I probably should... It's annoying. I wanted to do it. I think I sort of hear all these sounds like going through my memory bank, and I sort of shake them away, and I'm like, I can't. And then I'm going to fire a guiding bolt at Raunak as well. That's my last thing I've got. That is a 15 to hit.
That will hit.
That's 9 points of damage. And then I am going to use my wild shape, but because I can only bonus action, I can use my starry form, which is Circle of Stars. I think all the stars on her screen suddenly start to like move around, and they are going to form what looks almost like a bow and arrow on her chest. And again, another like beam of light just fires, but this time out from her little like center power socket, and fires up again at Raunak. Ranged spell attack, so that's a 10 again. But it's a 10 to hit, so I assume it doesn't.
No, that does not hit. This laser beam following the path of the guiding bolt, which also similarly was a beam of energy, a bolt that did hit Raunak and burnt through his coat and put a scorch mark all the way up, burning up his chest. You try to follow it up with the same one, but Raunak crouches down, presses himself against the wall, tries to hold himself as small as possible. At this point, the woman, she looks over at Raunak. Where's the big one? You hear Raunak go, dead! And then the woman.
His name we do not know.
Never again will I be writing the names in the... Not for long! And she will cast...
No!
Healing Word.
Has he been rolling death saves?
barely been one turn.
Oh, he has as well. Look at
Round.
Ali's face. He has. Podcast listeners, Ali just pulled a face that was very much like, yes, he has.
The man's a donut with arms and legs. There's a big hole through the middle of him.
Through the middle.
That was English.
Okay. And you see the sides of the hole start to seal up. You
God.
see tiny little specks start to create vessels and blood. A heart starts to form itself, beating very, very faintly. And the figure rolls over.
You've got so much work to do in the DnDebrief, son.
Yeah, we all do. It's me and Sharmony next week, so...
And that'll be go. And now, Tenebris.
Oh shit. I think. Ooh. So Darrex, has Infinity moved forward, or is Infinity next to where Darrex has just come back to life?
I didn't say I did, so now I think I'm still back. The singing and the music there was...
Yeah. Welcome to DJ Ali's set at Club to Death.
Okay, we're okay.
Tenebris is going to see the lady do something, turn, see Darrex stand. I'm still within 60 feet of him, right?
Of Darrex, yes.
Yeah. And just turn around and say no, and just again a hand, two hands like twisting, and make an intelligence saving throw, please.
God, I love Angry Tenebris so much.
I'm getting strong Scarlet Witch vibes.
That's a 13.
Yeah.
Oh, doesn't succeed.
See how it feels, Ali? I feel good.
I tried to roll and it's just gone somewhere off the table, so we're gonna roll here instead. That is 5 points of psychic damage, and the next saving throw he makes before the end of my next turn, he takes away 1d4.
Wow.
5 points of damage will do it.
Good.
So describe how this looks.
So it's very much a sort of like afterthought. She just sort of like makes a motion with a hand and sort of flings one back towards him. Or wait, and like there's no visual effect, but it's in his head.
His head
mind
fucking
server.
explodes.
It's in his freaking brain.
He gets up, like kind of pivots his torso up, and then his head just explodes.
I think I might still be telepathically connected to him, so I think the no is just in his ringing in his head as well.
Infinity, you standing next to him, see his eyes just roll back in his head, and then he topples over and smashes his head on the floor again.
Then I'm just going to turn and look back up at Ranak.
So you, yes, Ranak isn't looking at you. He's just looking at the wall at this junction. Infinity, we're back up to you.
Okay, I've still got my bonus action. I can still do another ranged attack with my starry form. So another blast comes out, hopefully hitting 18 to hit.
Who's this at?
Ranak.
18 will hit, yes.
Is 10 points of radiant damage.
10 points of damage. This beam cuts through him. You see it just searing through his side, tearing away where the kidneys used to be. They just burn out, and the whole wound where this light passed through is completely cauterized. It's like he's a smooth surface, and he staggers and falls against the wall, bangs his hands onto it. No!
And then for my action, I've still got my shillelagh, and I'm just gonna bonk. What's his name?
Darrex.
Darrex. I'm gonna bonk Darrex on the head to try and keep him down.
The backhander.
Oh God! Oh, I see. Yes.
Stop coming
I
back
get
to life!
advantage, right? Because he's prone.
Yeah, you
right
get
next to
advantage to
him.
hit him, and then
Okay, so that's 23 to hit, and he fails 2 death saves. So
yeah, he does indeed. Right.
that's my turn. I'll stay here, ready just to kick him again.
Uriel.
So the old woman's next to us. Eyebrows is next to us.
No, she's been running. That was her turn.
Oh, I thought she came over to us. Right.
No, she came past you. She's been sort of
See
limping
ya!
away.
I am gonna. So I'm next to the artifact. I'm presuming I can see like between the boards of the tower. Darax's.
So you look up, and what you see, first of all, it's now getting quite difficult to see. The light coming off the wall is almost starting to get to painful levels. It's very, very bright now. All the different colours are shining everywhere, and it's a bit like a kind of crystal ball, but a sort of crystal ball if crystal balls were actually good. Like, the light is just everywhere, and it's piercing everything. We're going to get to the... Well, anyway. So you look up, you squint, and up one side of the tower, it's just a scaffold, right? So you see up and you see the underneath of the board on the top of the tower, and that's where Raunak is. And you look the other way, and you can just see the top of the woman's head on the other side.
I'm going to pick up the artifact, move back 25 feet, and I want to throw the artifact just underneath, like at the wall, just underneath where Raunak is.
Where am I?
Are you right? So you're throwing it up.
Well, I'm throwing so like overarm and trying to hit it so that it hits the wall just underneath the scaffolding level. So the idea is going to try and blast him off the top.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Roll an athletics check for me.
Come on, baby. Athletics. Yep. It's a natural 1.
No.
Okay.
Oh no.
Roll.
Which goes up to a 4.
Roll
Sorry.
a d4 for me.
No, you're about to kill someone.
Right. On my D4 goes off the edge. I roll another one. I get a 1.
Halve that.
0.5. Mathematics.
But halves in D&D unfortunately go to 0. However, he will have to make a Constitution saving throw. Hold up.
So with the nat 1, does that mean I throw it but it goes like backwards?
It means you just sort of...
It slips as I try to overarm it. It just tumbles.
Yeah, exactly. So, what you see is it loops up. Bink! Against the wall. Like a smaller, localized shock. And you hear... And then clang, 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 clang. The sound of something thumping against the sort of the roof top part of the scaffold. And you don't see anything come off the other side, but you hear something land right next to the edge.
Oh, he's got the thing now. That's what.
No. And then the artifact falls to the floor.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't go off when it falls to the floor. It doesn't But when that happens, you all feel a slight dimming of the wall. The noise sinks a little bit. Your hairs start to slow down. It starts to slightly come down towards your skin. Yeah.
Supposed to be with hair.
Not me.
Your arms, Uriel.
Uriel, looking up and listening, you hear... No, I've got this. Dang, 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 dang. The light back again, up. You hear the noise. The vibrations in the pits of your stomach. You're all feeling this now. Infinity, you are hearing these noises. You can just about hear what's going on, but these sounds are penetrating deeper into your mind. Now, hold up. The woman looks over. Looks like you could do with some help, my friend. And she will cast Sanctuary again.
So for those of us who, in the audience who might not know what that is, what does Sanctuary do?
So Sanctuary, I am in a position to tell you because I looked it up for this exact reason. You ward a creature against an attack. So basically, until the end of the spell, anybody who wants to attack that creature has to make a wisdom saving throw. If they fail, then they either have to redirect that attack to someone else, or they just lose the attack.
Okay.
Can I clarify that applies to attack rolls, not spells which require a saving throw? So melee attack or ranged spell attack, whereas casting a spell is not necessarily an attack.
Depends if you roll for it or not, I thought. I think it's
attack or a harmful spell. An attack or a harmful spell.
Okay.
harmful.
So that's all of it.
So not if you were like trying to do manipulation spells, but if you're trying to do damage, then you have to do it.
Yeah. You see the same thing happen. Darak, the leather cloak that Ranak has been wearing seems to wrap around him tighter, and a shimmer passes across it. He is now pressed against the wall, and you see the woman on the other side also pressed against the wall. At this point, Infinity, you hear it first. The dull, low roar that magnifies and magnifies. The volume gets louder and louder, and you can hear it almost the roaring of animals, huge, small, all of them roaring in unison, a sort of primal scream that's coming into your head. No one else seems to be able to hear what you're hearing, and then you see it. A huge creature.
What?
In front of you. Shimmering. Massive tusks. A huge trunk. Vast. Standing in front of you. It rears its head up. And you hear this deafening trumpet. So.
Sorry, I'm just really excited because I fucking love mammoths / elephants, so whatever it is, I'm just really excited.
I don't think it's friendly.
Friendly elephant!
This thing, it's so all-consuming that you know that you're not going to be able to concentrate. It's going to be hard for you to concentrate on what's happening outside these visions that's being shown to you. Right. And that brings us to Tenebris. Smo, by the way, is long gone at this juncture. You hear her go, "Oh God!"
Bye. Ali, do you have a preference in that you've told us she casts Sanctuary, you've told us what Sanctuary does. Does that mean you're happy for us to sort of metagame and change our decisions based on that, or should I do, should I act if Ted doesn't
just
know what that was?
What you have seen is this thing
The cloak.
cloak this person. Now,
Yeah.
you have also seen that Ranak looked bad, and this woman did something which has sucked him into this sort of shell. So
Yeah,
you
but
make
they're
your mind up.
both protected by it, aren't they?
They both, have it.
Yeah, and the ladder is gone. Is she next to him now?
No, so they're both on different. There are two platforms. She's on one. He's on the other.
And it just means I have to make a save in order to attack him, doesn't it? I'm gonna do what I would have done anyway, I think. Shall I? Yeah. I am going to bonus action connect telepathically to him, which is not harmful nor a spell, so it works. And I'm gonna say, Ranak, we don't want to hurt you. We just need you to stop now, that's all. And I'm going to cast Infestation. So
Ooh.
Do I have to make a wisdom save in order to try and cast something on him?
If it's going to hurt him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Oh boy, will it?
Oh yeah.
16?
That's what we're doing.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Be fucked if that doesn't do it. It's really big.
So
Should be a spell DC.
yeah, spell save. Yeah. Yeah, that will do it.
Okay. Second part. Can he make a con save?
Is this affected by your previous
12.
spells as well? Is this with disadvantage or something?
Yeah.
You're right, it was minus a d4, but he fails anyway.
Okay.
Thank you for remembering that. That effect is now gone. But yes, thank you. Okay. He takes I'm just speaking to him. She just is saying this, puts her head to the side slightly. I don't know how much you can see it, and it's sort of around the cloak, but it's less like a glitter. You know, before there were kind of like a shimmer of little dots. Now it's more like bright points, kind of like fireflies in the dark, pulses and glows more and more and more all around him, around the cloak, kind of finding ways in on him. Did I say that? I said the damage, didn't I?
Yeah. No, wait. No, you haven't rolled damage yet.
I don't think you had. No.
No,
I
you
don't
haven't.
remember. But
I thought I rolled it. I'm going to roll it again because I can't quite remember what it was. 2 points of poison damage. Right, yeah. For the purposes of this, would you?
3. Ali's looking like 2 was like so close.
Enough, yeah. Would you say that can I arbitrarily say that the wall is north
Fine.
for this?
Wait, no. I mean, if it like, okay. What?
I just need 4 directions. I just need to arbitrarily assign directions.
All right.
The spell does damage, but only northwards.
Okay. Yeah.
It follows the magnetic ley lines.
Well, I rolled west. He has to move 5 feet to the west. I was really hoping it would be backwards, and I might get him off the edge of the freaking scaffolding.
Still might.
Not in 5 feet, unless he's right at the edge.
Scaffolding?
But I was wondering if it would, if him being forced to move would loosen his connection to the wall.
You
It's kind of like being driven wild by the things and like staggering to try and get away is the effect.
Infinity and Tenebris, you see this. Uriel, you hear this. You hear a down against the thing, and then this sort of scrabbling noise of nails on metal. And Tenebris and Infinity, you see as Raunak drops to the floor, holding his head, starts scratching at the metal, pulling himself towards the side of the platform. He reaches the edge, and as his one flailing arm comes over the edge, scratching at the air, he seems to catch himself, looking up, and press himself full body now against the wall, and you just hear him scream.
Just realised nobody's asked him what he's doing yet.
I've decided I don't like it.
Yeah.
It just seems bad.
Infinity. This is now your go. What you see, you are looking at this huge creature. It flickers for a second. You are looking straight at the wall, and the creature is in front of the wall. As it flickers out of sight, you see behind it a crack. Burning bright white light. Directly upwards, rising vertically from the ground up through the wall, disappearing, lighting the space in the cave as it goes up. It's almost infinitesimally small, but the light shining through it is so powerful that you can't look at it. And as you're staring at this, you hear it. Ding, ding, I need you to make a dex saving throw.
Oh no, I'm not good at those. 15?
You look up just in time to see a shard of crystal fall out of the blackness from above you. You roll away, it shatters on the floor next to you, doing no damage, but interestingly, hitting Darax. So, as a sort of
Poor guy.
and
So wait a sec. This is real. The crack. No one else saw this crack, but that crystal falling was real, right?
Infinity sees it now. You
Okay.
two, you actually are looking in the same direction. You see it as well,
Okay, it's
Tenebris.
real.
A blinding, vertical rising crack, going straight up, like really dead straight as a ruler. And you see it as well, Uriel, from underneath the platform. And it's right in the middle of the two platforms.
I am going to just shout, "We have to go!" And I hear the hooves in my head, and I hear the hooves, and then I hear other sounds, and I am going to wild shape into a panther.
Oh!
Panthers don't have hooves.
I know. You hear the hooves, and then you see she goes through some other animals that she has knowledge of, and she goes, "Oh, actually, it'd be better if I was this one." And
It's like a GTA character selection screen. She just flips from shape to shape.
elephant. Oh, panther. Great. And you see her screens start to like separate and like reconfigure themselves, and they're still all completely starry, and you see what it looks like a panther, but it is completely covered in stars, almost like she doesn't quite know what a panther would look like. Everything's a little bit too jagged, like all of the corners are a little bit too robotic, and you see, and I will dash straight to where Uriel is under the thing and try and like flip him up onto my back.
Try and flip him onto your back.
Or at least just stand next to him, but kind of like nudge him and be like, "We're going."
So
I don't technically have an action, so you don't have to let me do that, but I want to get over to Uriel because he's the one.
Hang on, you don't have an action.
My action is wild shape.
Oh, I thought that was a bonus action.
Only for my starry one. Not for being an animal.
Okay. Okay, you come over and nuzzle Uriel. Uriel, you look round to see a colossal. What color was it again?
It's stars. It looks like Infinity's screens, but just in the shape of a panther.
A mechanical, starry creature. You've never seen anything like this. It appears to have 4 legs and another 5th leg that just sort of flaps around behind it, and massive teeth.
Wrong panther.
It's a boy! And what a boy! Uriel, that's his tail. Infinity?
I don't think I can talk in these.
Oh no! Oh, this makes communication so much harder. Oh god.
I did say we need to leave before I transformed.
As you are thinking these thoughts, the vibrations in your stomach are forcing you. They're sort of rearranging your insides. Like, get to the point where a noise is so loud that it vibrates your eyeballs, and you're finding it difficult to focus on things.
I'm mounting Infinity.
What did you have to say mounting?
You mount a horse?
Do you mount a panther?
Oh, I wouldn't personally.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I need no
my
convincing.
turn,
Hero
so.
needs no convincing whatsoever.
You swing your leg over and you mount that panther, that robotic panther. That's it?
I think so. It's like okay, what now? kind of
No, I will move as soon as it's my turn.
Well, I imagine like this is all happening simultaneously, right? So it's like you kind of come in and I'm Legolas onto the horse, kind of jumping on, I guess.
Yeah. Let's paint that picture. This you in the background. You, Uriel, you're watching as the artifact just down the rock and lands next to the wall, just in front of you. You feel behind you this robotic creature. You almost fall backwards onto it, so you're looking at the wall, and then you see it again. This blinding strip of light. So, Raunak is just gonna stay where he is. He's gonna crawl his way back to the center, press his face into the wall. And that's his turn. And now we come to the woman. Yes! Yes! It's working! And she starts to cackle. And again, presses herself into the wall. And that will be her turn. Tenebris.
What was that?
I was trying to purr, but it sounded more like a dove.
Infinity has no idea what have to sound like, does she? Infinity's just like, yes.
I'm a panther.
This is the kind of sound that organics make.
But also, you think, like, originally you thought this was a horse? Like, your knowledge of biology is...
That was an Emily mistake, not an Infinity mistake.
Look at everybody, I'm a horse. Caca!
Oink, oink.
Tenebris looks reluctant. She's like focused on Raunak, and she kind of looks away and looks back and sees the sort of like protective cloak and is frustrated. She turns and runs towards the others.
Before you do that,
Yeah.
make a dex saving throw.
Six.
You don't even hear it coming. Straight into the back of your leg. This shard of crystal comes down. You take... Oh my god, what do you take? 4 points of slashing damage as it sighs through your thigh.
We get
So she pushes herself up and just starts limping as fast as I can, Ellie Sattler, Jurassic Park style, towards them. Fucking meow. What is this? I'm going to... the artifact's on the floor, right?
I don't know, Uriel, did you pick it up when it landed, or did it just...
I didn't, no. I just got straight on.
And then, yes, the artifact is still on the floor.
As I'm going towards them, I will turn, look at it, look back to them. Shall I take it?
Yes, yeah, pick it up!
I'm going to try. Hopefully I have enough movement and actions to grab it and scramble onto the back of the robot Star Panther.
We'll say movement, bonus action, you can get there, grab it, and get on the Star
Kind
Panther.
DM, wonderful DM. Love you.
Little dwarf,
Infinity.
Dash. Action.
You feel
Run.
the floor vibrating beneath you, and the noises return. You hear inside your mind all sorts of sounds from places that have never existed as far as you know. The whistling of wind, the movement of the Earth's tectonic plates, sounds that you couldn't hear. You look up, and you're not in the cave anymore. You're in a forest. Huge trees. Lianas hang down. You hear the sounds of birds. in front of you. You know what you need to do. You just don't know where you are.
My friends aren't here.
Your friends are here. Like you are still a panther.
Oh, okay.
There are still two of your friends on you
Great.
in a huge jungly forest.
Do I have any sense of like, I was facing this way, so I should probably go this way to be further away from the wall?
You can't see the wall.
No, but what I mean is, if I was, for example, facing the wall before, and suddenly I feel like I'm in a jungle, can I still try and move the way that would be away from the wall in the orientation that I am?
It's the proprioception.
I'm happy to roll for it.
I mean, it's unlikely you would be like dead facing the wall at the point where if you just turned around you would know the tunnel, but you can certainly roll for it, yeah.
But I would have been facing a direction, right? And then
pick a direction.
Before you do, just roll me a perception check.
Natural 20.
With a natural 20.
I'm gonna take a picture.
Before you move, you look up, you flex these new muscles that you have, and you see that the trees, they're not shaped like normal trees. They seem to bend, twist, and shape themselves and glow, and they're sharp. And you are suddenly hit with a memory that you used to be in a place where these crystal trees grew out of the ground, and you feel like that might help now, but you don't know why. So
I'm gonna run a direction.
I will say that you can remember the direction that you came. Right, these crystal trees, they're very distinctive. You could, if you wanted to, you could follow the ones that you remember.
If I remember these trees, then I will 100% charge that direction. I have 50 feet of movement as a panther, so I have 100 feet of movement.
But you are carrying two people.
But I am carrying two people.
So we'll say because Uriel's pretty heavy, Tenebris is pretty light. What's your strength as a panther?
+2. Better than infinity.
Okay, we'll say that you can move half speed.
Okay. 50 feet.
Fine. Okay, you leg it. The thick foliage of the jungle seems to make a kind of crunching, crashing sound underneath your feet. It doesn't make sense to you. You're confused. You move quickly. Not Infinity, Uriel. What would you like to do?
What can I see?
You can see everything as it was. You can see the crystal trees moving around. There's crystal trees in front of you. You can see this bright beam of light bisecting the wall, and you can see the two hunched figures of these two people pressed against the wall. You can also see the splattered body of Darax in front of you.
Lovely. I feel like there's only so much you can do when you're on the back of a giant mechanical panther. I don't have very much agency in this situation. God. What's the plan? Not you!
Okay,
Dan, where are we going?
After that scintillating piece of exposition, we'll just say that you hold on for dear life.
Yeah, like there's not much I can do.
Okay. So as you're moving, you look back and you see the two figures. And then with a roar, the split between the two parts of the wall starts to open. The light tumbles out and you feel it. Burning hot heat rolling over you. And now, at this point, we're going to drop out of initiative, because what's going to happen is you're far enough away. As this wall splits in half, the two scaffolds. First, what happens is you see the two figures start to turn a dull orange and then catch fire and immolate onto the wall as the metal struts holding the platform up melt. They become first red, then white, and then they just start to melt away onto the floor. You are both riding Infinity as fast as you can towards the door. And at this point, I think it's worth taking a break. That might even be it.
I think that might be the end of the session, actually.
Yeah. So, okay, well, let's call it there then. And,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm in shock. I have no idea, like, what we were supposed to do, how else that could have gone, what is happening right now. Like,
we should talk about what we want to talk about next week, and then wrap this up.
Have a break.
Ali, can you make the music less horrible?
Can't be music. It's the end. It's the end. We need to cut. We can't.
The calm
Okay.
time now.
calm
No!
time.
No, that's worse! So quite a lot happened, obviously. I did take some notes on things we could talk about.
I've put little
Well
stars
done.
next to
I
things.
didn't.
We got the wall itself. I mean, I feel like that's something to
I
say
don't
for a
think
future
we
can
time.
do that.
Analyse
I don't
that.
think we can do
How
that
do
yet.
walls work?
How do wall?
At the start, I wasn't sure
what is
how much
wall?
we'd have to talk about, so I made a note that was just like, what is the maximum size of a cavern? And then everything else happened.
What is the maximum size of a cabin?
What are carrots? You know,
I'm
like
going to put
gems with
forward-
carrots.
Yes, yeah, what are carrots?
Are we allowed to touch on Tenebris yet?
It's not. Yeah,
We
but you
gotta
don't know.
do
We
it.
gotta do it to
gotta
him.
do it.
I will, but like
There's
it
plot
does involve
reasons, so-
full. Yeah. Like I can't do it without revealing more. Like, I would rather not.
You get one more pass on it. One more, and then we're doing it. Where the plot reasons.
Yeah,
come
but
up or
now
not.
that it's happened,
it will come up. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, presumably someone will ask about it. So
Okay.
First piece of
Let's-
dialogue next week.
let's
Uriel and Infinity at the same time. Tenebris, what is going on with your powers, please?
yeah.
You can
And
talk
then
about like psychic powers in general.
the-
like,
the
We
whole
don't
idea
do
of,
this psychic,
mine is
really.
super based on how exactly it works. So
Is that separate in terms of the ranged attack? Is that different to the telepathic connection aspect of it?
It could
they
be.
all use the same
mechanism.
basis.
Okay.
Yeah, ultimately.
Guiding bolt and wild shape, though.
I have guiding bolt. I have a good thing for guiding bolt, so
Nice.
I
Okay.
can do guiding bolt. Wild shape is just transformers, and will probably come up again. So let's leave that one for now.
hmm
Sanctuary. The spell.
Yeah, I suppose you could say there's almost like a state of zen that somebody is in.
And Ali Jennings, healing word from a distance, because we've done up close and personal healing, but you healed someone from far, far away.
Yo, get better!
Be better now.
Yeah,
Is
but I
there
mean, you know,
anything- is there anything
you
about crystal growth, places in the world, like how like what
cool.
geological features result in it?
That's cool.
And how big
why?
could the
Because-
cavern be?
How big could the
How big
crystals
cavern?
be?
How big wall?
So also like crystals. Okay, oh god, I'm going way outside my territory here, but crystals are lattices, and
Yep.
every single paper that comes out is all like, oh, and then the lattice, and then the phase.
Guess
diff,
what, Shamini?
and
You're going to be doing some
some
reading.
holes. So I just feel like
Holes.
crystals.
The crystals, how do
You're
they work?
volunteering.
Crystals, how do they work? Is going to really bring in a whole different crowd. But
Yeah.
yes,
Oh, do get them with the Trojan horse title. Yes.
yeah, exactly.
Crystals work. And then,
Yeah.
So this is how the lattices form. And
Yeah, exactly.
They're like, wait, where does the sacral valve come into this?
okay, so I'll do guiding
fine
bolt.
with that.
You do crystals.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be great. Thank you.
Well,
Sorted.
I've got to say, hats off to the DM, to Ali there for...
Ali
Oh.
Jennings!
Lee
Guys,
Jennings.
you made it.
Yes.
Uh,
From the
that was
minute you
great.
started
Aw.
describing that wall, I was just like, oh my god.
I was like, I can't wait for this to kill me.
The music as well is
Oh,
it's just
We're
gorgeous.
tip top today. Yeah.
makes so much difference to the atmosphere.
Well, that I think is about as much as our hearts can take for this week. So that's where we'll cut it off for the video and the podcast. If you would like to catch up on all the adventures to date, then you can do so on all the socials, which is things like Instagram and our YouTube and on the podcast. But also we do have a website that collates everything together, should you wish to learn a bit more about us.
And Twitter and TikTok.
And Twitter
How could you forget?
Sorry.
TikTok.
We're quite big on the TikToks.
We are.
The TikToks.
We
Yeah,
are.
I've heard of these.
The occasional video does quite well.
So do check us out on those, and we'll be back next week. I believe it's next week,
Yes.
where we're going to be talking about some of the science of what we've run into in the DnDebrief. So thank you for joining, everybody, and I guess we will see you, or you'll hear us, next week.
Our precious voices.
Bye.
Bye.